Okay, hi YouTube, Mr. Who's a Boss here, and this is going to be my full review of the Cubot GT99 smartphone. Now this smartphone costs $150, and that includes free worldwide shipping and a full year of warranty if you buy from DHGate.com. The link is in the description. So that also means really fast shipping. Mine arrived in just 9 working days, and there was 0 import fees. So taking a look at the phone itself, it's got a nice weight to it. I mean, it's not heavy, but it does obviously feel present, which is a good thing. The device is pretty thin, but it's not exactly going to win any awards for it. We have the 13 megapixel camera on the back with dual LED flash, and we also have a removable battery cover, which is an absolute godsend if you like to change your batteries out during the day. So as you can see, it looks very nice and neat inside, and one of the massive benefits of this phone is that there's actually 2 SIM card slots. The GT99 also supports SD card up to 64GB and has a 2200 mAh battery, which should quite easily last through a day. The back is a hard plastic and feels pretty sturdy, although I'm not a massive fan of the glossy finish. We also have a notification LED on the top right, which is really useful just so you can see you've got text and messages without needing to actually unlock the phone. So when you first turn it on, you'll be greeted by a 4.5-inch HD display. Now this thing is really beautiful. I mean, as you can see, colours are saturated, it's bright, it's vibrant, and viewing angles are generally really good. The whole interface is fast and fluid, and you can definitely tell that this thing has some powerful internals. We also have 3 capacitive keys on the bottom, a menu, home and back, and they help with the navigation of the phone. So next up, we're going to do a browser test. So I'm using the Google Chrome browser, which is pre-installed on the device. I'm going to do my standard test, which is to search Apple on Google and see how fast everything comes up. So as you can see, the search came up really quickly, and my Wi-Fi is definitely nothing special. Scrolling is pretty smooth, and even the high resolution images on pages like this loading up in just a couple of seconds, which is really impressive. There's a magnification feature when trying to select small objects, and that does help to sort of make sure you click the thing you actually want to click. And as you can see, it's a breeze to use. Everything is super fast, and to be honest, it rivals pretty much all the flagship devices today. So now I'm just going to try playing some games on it. Now the first one is going to be Redline Rush. Now this, as you can probably tell, is a pretty graphically intensive game. There's lots of reflections on the cars, there's a vast sprawling open world, and it's running at a buttery smooth 60 frames per second, and that's all thanks to the quad-core MTK processor inside this thing. You may also be able to hear the speakers pumping away in the background, and they're actually really good for a set of mono speakers. They're loud, clear, and they've actually got quite a strong bass. So next up is Dead Trigger 2, and this is quite possibly the most demanding game of 2014. The GT99 manages a solid 30 frames per second at the second highest graphics setting, which is, again, very impressive. I mean, what can I say? The game looks pretty much, PS3 and Xbox 360 standard. It's really good. For comparison, the HTC One M8 can play this game at one graphics setting higher at 60 frames per second, and that is a 2014 $600 flagship device, so this is really good stuff. Next up, Plants vs Zombies 2. Now, you may already realise this is a slightly less demanding game, but it's just as popular, if not more. It's the kind of game that just about every single Android device owner will play at some point, so it's well worth showing you how well it works on this device, and it looks like a living, breathing painting. It's just beautiful. As you would expect, the frame rate is locked at 60 frames per second, and there are 0 bugs and glitches, so the gaming experience is just great. And it only gets better from there. I mean, when you actually watch movies on this thing, it feels like it was absolutely made for it. I mean, this video you're watching here is Timescape's 4K. And playing on this 720p screen, it looks so crisp and colourful, and it's just, the camera does it 0 justice whatsoever. And I suppose the fact that you can take 64GB of SD card storage with you means that you can just take a whole load of movies with you wherever you go. So it's kind of like a little DVD player, but just does a whole lot more. The phone pad on the device is just a very standard stock Android phone pad, which is probably a good thing for most people, nice big buttons, tactile feedback, and it just works as you'd expect it to. There's no unnecessary skin above the interface. The messaging is also fine, it's nothing special, but it works, and the keyboard is great and fast to type on, so, no complaints from me. Now, moving on to the camera. The Cubot GT99 uses the stock Android camera app, which is Not the best, but still, has most of the basic features that you'd want. In low light, most of these shots look okay, but in adequate lighting, this camera absolutely shines. It captures ridiculous detail, which pretty much destroys the competition. I mean, I'd say it's better than my HTC One M8 camera, and like I said earlier, that's a $600 smartphone. It's got great lighting, contrast, and incredible detail. I mean, you can tell all those 13 megapixels are really working here. The added HDR mode just takes it to a whole new level. The GT99 also came with a free case. Now this is really unusual for smartphones, but hey, I'm not complaining. I mean, it makes the glossy plastic feel, which I didn't really like that much, feel like a nice rubberized material. So, pretty much my only complaint with the device has been fixed. So to sum up, this thing is incredible. The Cubot GT99 blows away the competition in terms of price, and to be honest, in some ways is actually as good as the current flagship devices for something like a sixth of the price. It has a really nice screen, loud and clear speakers, powerful internals, and a ridiculously low price tag. This is a true flagship killer. Thanks for watching guys, I hope you liked this video. The link for the item is in the description below, so if you're in need of a new phone or just want another gadget to play around with, then I really don't think this is going to let you down.